Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whatever time of day it is. Hi, how you going? It's me, Kat. And this video is going to be a little bit of a catch-up video because I haven't posted in 6 months. So I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, where I've been going, and what's to come. Let's get into it. So basically, I've been working the last 6 months. I have been doing a 9 to 5 job as a receptionist in a tax office. Been earning a decent amount of money considering Jack's still working full time as well. Jack is my husband if you're new here. We've paid off our credit card debt, so we're no longer in debt. We've been putting money away. We're starting to save for a house. So up until last week, I wasn't able to volunteer because I was working too much. So I'm back volunteering, which is really nice, and because I came back to volunteering I was also not too busy for foster. We have 2 fosters at the moment. We have a mama and a baby. Ruby is the mum and Bellamy is the little girl. Bellamy is our 12th foster and Ruby is our 11th. Okay, so what is to come? I have had a few videos planned for a while now. I wasn't sure what else to do in this video, but we'll get to that in a minute. I do have a few videos lined up. Particularly, I'm going to shoot a video with my best friend. So basically, we are going to go out, buy a bunch of makeup, and then come back and watch me fail at putting on makeup. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't particularly wear makeup. So makeup video with my best friend will be coming. I don't know when because it's just so difficult to catch up when she's busy and I'm busy and just... I do have a collab lined up as well. It will be mental health related and I will be talking with a professional. That'll be my first ever collab. Yeah, I have a couple other things as well. I recently went to the doctors and saw a psychiatrist and had a couple of things crop up with my mental health, so I will have to do an updated my mental health journey video, so that will be coming as well. Thought I would just do a couple of fun videos before we deep dive into that video. Recap: makeup video with best friend, mental health collab with a professional, and my mental health journey update is all coming. I don't know when, I can't make promises. I'm a very busy person. I do have a life outside of this. This is for fun. I do this for fun. Now for the fun part of the video. Let's start off with books. Books, I'm gonna go by authors. I actually have 4 favorite authors. First and foremost, I have to say I love Dan Brown. Dan Brown has written The Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, Inferno, The Lost Symbol. I'm actually reading Origin at the moment, so I can highly recommend Dan Brown. He writes really good books. My second recommended author is sort of similar in writing style, and that is Matthew Riley. So if you've heard of Dan Brown, you probably heard of Matthew Riley. I think they were popular around the same time. Matthew Riley has actually just released the, I assume, second last book in his 7 Ancient Wonders series. But it's the 7 Ancient Wonders series, and he also wrote the Scarecrow series, which I haven't read. It's on my list. I have so many books I need to read. My third favourite author is David Eddings. Now, the series I'm going to mention are very old series. The series are The Belgariad and The Malloreon, or Malloreon, however you want to pronounce it. I say Malloreon. I really love it, can recommend it. Belgariad is the first series, so read that one first, and then The Malloreon, and then there are a couple of little side books that like talk about the history of certain characters. Highest praises, have read both series multiple times. I think 5 or 6 times at this stage, so check him out. My last favourite author, and I've left her till last because I don't read her as much as I used to, is Kathy Reichs. And Kathy Reichs is very unique, I feel. The TV show Bones with Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz is based off of Kathy Reich's books. Yeah, you heard me say that. She did a guest star on the show, and she's an actual real life anthropologist. Forensic anthropologist, I should say. The detail she puts into her books is eerie, creepy. If you love Bones, give it a read, honestly. She's such a good writer. That is books. On to the next category. Okay, so next category is games. Let's get into my favorite franchises and games that I have been playing lately. Okay, so my favorite franchise of all time has to be Crash Bandicoot. It's like the first PlayStation game I ever played. I'm a PlayStation girl, by the way. I love Crash Bandicoot. I liked the new one, It's About Time. I think a lot of people gave it a lot of shit, and I like it. My favorite game, Crash Bandicoot game, out of the series is Crash Bandicoot 2. I was so good at it that I finished it in one day, no saves. I think my best run was 5 hours, 102%. That sounds about right, so if you didn't think I was a nerd, you now do. My second favourite franchise, weirdly enough, I say weirdly because we'll get into it in a sec, is God of War. And I'm not a violent person. I generally am not into overly violent games. The way I found God of War was my dad bought the game and then he was playing it and he got stuck on one particular spot and he said, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go. And I was sitting there watching him play and I said, oh, can I have a go? I think I know what to do. And I did it and I got it and it was fine. And then I just kept playing. And then my dad was kind of over it because he was stuck on that thing for like an hour. And he was just like, oh, well, you just play it then. And then it became my game. He gave it to me. At the time of filming this, they have announced God of War Ragnarok. Like, all they did was the title on the screen. No gameplay, no nothing, just the title, and everyone's lost their minds. I don't know, there's something really cathartic about killing a Minotaur in gruesome ways. My third favourite franchise, do not judge me, I fucking love it. I've played both 1 and 2 and all the DLCs combined. It's Overcooked. I love Overcooked. I get all the DLC. I really enjoyed 1 and then 2 came out and then they released all these DLC and the seasonal updates and I love it. It is so fun, and as an ex-chef, like just part of me really enjoys being in a little kitchen, a little chef, cutting stuff up and cooking stuff, serving people before they leave angrily. And it's even more fun when you're playing with people, like multiplayer, so you can have up to 4 players. It's just so fun. Like, I have nothing else to say. I have a fourth favourite franchise. I put it fourth because I don't play it as much as I used to. I grew up playing this with my dad and my sister. We would take it in turns to play together and we'd watch each other play. And that is Uncharted. I really love Uncharted. I grew up playing with my dad and my sister, as I said. I got the collector's edition of 4. Really enjoyed 4. A lot of people didn't like it and I didn't know that. I thought it finished off really well. And I also really enjoyed Lost Legacy. Come on! Nadine and Chloe what? So good. Definitely worth playing if you haven't played them already. Artists, musicians, bands. I'm just going to do that instead of albums, but I will mention favourite songs and albums from these particular artists. So starting off first with, only because they just released an album as of the time of this video, Nothing But Thieves. They have 3 studio albums. I have seen them live twice. They're a British indie rock band and they are awesome. If you have not heard the orchestral version of Impossible recorded at Abbey Road, what are you doing? Go and watch it. Go and listen to it. It is fucking amazing. My favourite song by them, full stop, is Particles. When I saw them live and they played it live, I was in the front row. I literally asked the girl in front of me, can we please swap places for my favourite song? And she was like, yeah, of course. What would be the front row? I'm just bawling my eyes out. So Nothing But Thieves, check out their albums in order. I think you should listen to the albums in order. They are freaking awesome. Do it. My second favourite band, I didn't know this band existed until I met my husband and he told me about this song that reminded him of me. And it's a song called Addictive by by Royal Republic. So if you've never heard of Royal Republic, they are a Swedish rock band. They do sing in English. 4 albums, and they've just released a single in the last 2 months, I think. Jack and I actually travelled to Europe, which is where we got engaged, but the whole reason we travelled over there was to see Royal Republic. Like, that was literally the only reason we travelled, was to go and see them live in Dresden, Germany. I could sit here and talk about the night of that concert, but I feel like it's its own story. So if you want to hear the story about Jack and I and our experience at Dresden, Germany, meeting and watching Royal Republic live, comment below, like this video, I don't know, do all the stuff that people do on YouTube, I guess. And I will do another video and talk about, have a little story time, and we'll talk about that. So yeah, I want to say that my favourite song is Addictive, but it's not. It's just me and Jack's song. We actually danced to that song in our wedding, and my nan was not impressed. I think just for straight up, like, banghead rock, people say that I'm over the top. That's the name of the song. People say that I'm over the top. It's just such a good song. Again, recommend listening to them from the first album through to the new single recently, simply because, like, you can see their growth as a band, and you can see the way they've changed, and it helps put together a story, I guess. I wouldn't say I consider them one of my favourite artists, but their album is one of my favourite albums of all time. So I'm going to recommend them simply because I want people to listen to the album. And the album is Gaia by Fractal. G-A-I-A. Fractal is the band. And the album is just so chill. Like, I think of that album and I think about kayaking in summer, walks along the beach, freaking sunbathing, fresh grass, picnics. I love the album so much. It reminds me of summer. So even though they're not my favourite artist in particular, their album is one of my favourite albums of all time, particularly in that genre. I still listen to that album a lot. Don't mix up the songs, just listen to it straight through. I feel like you should listen to albums that way because the artist does it that way for a reason. A few honourable mentions. My favourite album of all time is Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette. I know she's not everyone's favourite artist, but she's one of my favourite artists of all time. Dido as well. I absolutely love Dido. I grew up listening to her. I have listened to every single album she's released. I love all her music. I also love AU5. They are similar to Fractal. I dig their music. They released an album recently called Alchemy, or is it an EP? I don't know. It's a very small album. And it's kind of chilled, relaxed, and I dig it so much. Favorite songs of all time? I have 2. These 2 are my favorite rock songs simply because of their guitar solos. And my second favorite is Fat Old Son Live by David Gilmour. If you don't know who David Gilmour is, he's the lead guitarist and singer for Pink Floyd. And obviously, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Duh. Not a big fan of Led Zeppelin, but you have to admit that Stairway to Heaven is probably one of the best rock ballads of all time. I'm just going to quickly round off with some of my favourite TV shows. I don't really have any favourite movies in particular. I think the only favourite movie I have would be City of Angels. It's a romantic film. The Notebook, because it's The Notebook. Why the hell would you not love one of the best romantic films of all time? Don't read the book, it's shit. Just don't. Watch the movie, don't read the book. No. And then I really love Fifth Element. The Fifth Element, you have to agree, it's one of the best sci-fi classics. It's just a classic. I really enjoyed the John Wick films. I thought they were very well made and put together. I'm usually not into like full-on fighting and action films, but I really enjoyed John Wick. I thought it was really good. I tend to go towards more like roms or rom-coms. 500 Days of Summer. I love 500 Days of Summer. It's one of the few movies I own on DVD. I own like 2 movies on DVD, and the other one I got because it was like $5. Favorite TV show of all time. Are you ready? Firefly. That's right. I'm a Firefly. I'm a brown coat, even though my shirt is red. I'm a brown coat. Come for me. I don't care. I train like Reavers exist. That's right. I actually had a shirt that said that on it. So good. Should have put my Firefly in the movie section too. The movie was good. So Firefly series, really good. Love Nathan Fillion in Firefly. I thought it was amazing. I really liked the movie. There were some things in the movie that didn't match up with the TV series that I hated, and obviously things happened in the movie that we're not going to talk about. It's okay. Moving on. Second favorite TV show is probably Bones. Simply because I love Kathy Reichs. She writes the books that Bones was based on, as I said before. I own the box set of Bones, so pretty big fan. A lot of people don't like the later series, like after certain characters got together or whatever, but I really enjoyed it. Like, I think that's how TV shows should go. Like, the characters should develop, their relationships should develop. That's how things work, that's how life works. Third favorite, Castle, same thing. Really enjoyed it. It was one of those shows that I watched with the whole family, same as Bones. We all watched it together, we all enjoyed the same TV shows. Same thing, a lot of people really didn't like the later series after certain characters got together. For me, the only thing I hated about Castle was the fact that it finished so abruptly. There really wasn't a good episode or two to round it out and finish it up. It just finished. And I know that's because it was cancelled, but just annoyed me. Third favourite TV show is New Girl. I've actually been rewatching it at the moment. I'm up to season 4. It's one of those stupid funny shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's another one I watch. I really enjoy. Just Jack hates it because he's like, it's so stupid. Like, people would never act that way. It's like, that's the whole point. It's meant to be funny and stupid. You're meant to laugh at it because why would anyone ever do that stuff? Buffy and Angel, I have the Angel box set. I really love Angel. Jack and I, we do watch anime series together sometimes. So my favorite anime series is Charlotte, which was 1 or 2 seasons. So it's only a short series, but loved so much. And I'm gonna add an anime movie onto the movie section, and that is Your Name. It's just called Your Name, and it's an anime movie. Like, it drags you into the story and it takes you on a journey, and I love stuff that does that. If you want to check out any of the things and you go and watch a TV show or read a book or any of the things that I recommended, listen to the music I recommended, leave a comment below. Tell me if you enjoyed it or hated it, or tell me your favorites. Put your favorites in the comments. Tell me your favorite artist, song, album, book, author, actor, TV series, movie. Tell me all your favorite things. I want to know. I'm interested. Thank you for catching up with me. I will have some more videos coming soon. I don't know when. I am still very busy, but I do have more videos coming soon. I'm not just gone. So thank you for catching up with me. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about my favorite artists and authors and movies and TV series and games. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!